And joining me now is Frank Luntz. He watched the debate with a group of undecided Colorado voters just a few miles down the road on the campus of Colorado Christian University in Lakewood. Frank, back to you.
Sean, we talked about for 90 minutes their moment-by-moment reactions. The red line represents Republicans, the green line represents Democrats. There was one line that scored above everything else of the two presidential candidates. Let's take a look at what our undecided voters said was the highlight of this debate.
As president, I will sit down on day one, actually the day after I get elected. I'll sit down with leaders, the Democratic leaders, as well as Republican leaders. The reason I'm in this race is there are people that are really hurting today in this country. And we face this deficit could crush the future generations. What's happening in the Middle East? There are developments around the world that are of real concern. And Republicans and Democrats both love America. But we need to have leadership in Washington that will actually bring people together and get the job done, and could not care less if it's a Republican or a Democrat. I've done it before. I'll do it again.
Do you guys agree with that?
Yes.
You all agree with that?
Yes.
What was so powerful for you as you were listening to this debate?
The fact that he will be able to bring people together to work with both sides to come to an agreement and move forward.
And why does that matter so much?
Because we need to make decisions, we need to get the economy going, we need to get people jobs, and we need to cut the deficit for our children.
Jordan, who sounded less partisan tonight?
Less partisan? Well, they're both partisan because that's their nature, but I like the way Romney closed and said he would bring people together, and that's his record.
Paula.
Until tonight, I think that Obama had defined Romney. Tonight, Romney defined himself.
Do you guys agree with that?
Yes.
Dave, why do you agree with that?
I agree with that because not only did he articulate his position, but when the position was misrepresented by President Obama, he pushed back even over the narrator's objection. And personally, I appreciated that. That's part of leadership, is to be bold.
Lance, did he push back too hard?
No, I don't think he did. I think it was entirely appropriate, and he was able to resonate and connect with me like never before.
No, he needed to be, because right now when Obama took office, he said that, yes, I'm going to try and bring the parties together. And from my opinion, he's made it so far apart that it's unrecognizable. Now we have somebody who walked into a state where he had, 87% was Democratic. He was a Republican governor, and he was able to do a lot of good stuff.
Who here voted for Obama in 2008? Raise your hands. You going to vote for him again?
No.
Why not?
Because I need somebody who can have a track record like he did in Massachusetts. And what I loved was that even Obama recognized that. I think he even brought it up first, his track record with health care in his state, bringing both parties together.
And Romney's not been doing well with women. How did he do with you, Kathy?
Well, it wasn't brought up enough for me. The issues just weren't at the forefront this evening.
So who voted for Romney? Who voted for Barack Obama in 2008 that's now looking at voting for Romney in 2012? Did you switch because of tonight's debate?
Absolutely.
What happened?
His leadership. He stepped forward. We knew what he wanted to do and what he's going to accomplish. And I've seen what he's done before in business and what he's done with the Olympics.
Frank?
And Mark?
Clearly, Romney prosecuted Obama's administration better than Obama defended it tonight.
Sean,
hey,
this doesn't happen that
ask
often. People have very specific thread.
Yeah, first of all, I'm fascinated by everybody's comments. There's two things that I want to ask this focus group, and they were given very thoughtful comments here tonight. And this is a very different campaign than President Obama ran back in 2008, hope and change and optimism. And he's run a campaign now where he's using class warfare. He said that the Republican plan is for dirty air and dirty water, and kids with autism and Down syndrome and the elderly will fend for themselves. Did this debate, seeing Romney and Obama head-to-head, did this negate this false narrative that the president has been advancing? And did they get the sense that Obama cannot run on his record because we have fewer Americans working, $6 trillion in debt, and 49 million Americans on food stamps?
That's absolutely the case.
You agree with this?
Everyone said that Obama was flat. Well, it's really hard to defend a failed record like he has. Romney came out, set forth clear and decisive points about how he's going to turn the economy around, how he's going to create jobs.
There's a difference between leadership and management. And Romney is a leader, and Obama has tried to manage this thing.
That's such an interesting point.
He stepped his game up.
This is a competition between style and substance. And you have to have something of substance to run a country like this, to hold everyone together for the common good. And style obviously hasn't worked the last 4 years.
Well, I want to show of hands. How many of you thought that Romney exceeded your expectations? And how many of you thought that Obama fell short of your expectations? So then what advice? You still lean towards Obama. What advice would you give him?
Obama?
Yeah.
Be more on his game about showing the non-specific nature of Romney. He's not giving anything.
So you want Obama to attack?
Absolutely.
I'm going to say it again. You want Obama to attack.
I want him to give the truth. And I think that there's a lot of truth that represented by both sides, but really not showing how anything can be really done on Romney's point.
You're the youngest person here. What advice? And you moved towards Romney tonight.
Yeah.
What advice would you have for Barack Obama?
He needs to change his demeanor when they were talking. Romney was looking at Obama, talking to Obama, talking to the people. And it looked like Obama was sitting there being scolded and just kind of had his head down, wasn't really looking. He was kind of looking around, kind of looking aimlessly. He wasn't looking at his opponent, or hardly ever looked at the people. He was looking down.
Mary's observation is great.
He was meek. Instead of looking out and appearing as strong and confident, he actually backed away.
And we're going to get a chance to talk about this as the election goes ahead. You guys are great. I want to thank Colorado Christian University. Sean, one of the best focus groups that I've ever had. And these people matter, and they had a clear conclusion. Who won the debate?
Romney.
There you go.
Wow. All right, Frank Luntz, I thought that was a great observation, too, about the president looking down, agitated, not seeming to want to even be there. But we're going to come back. We'll talk more about that. Still plenty more to come. We're in Denver, Colorado tonight.